Hello, it's Vuk here. Today we're looking at Agentforce for setup. When you log in to setup, you're going to see that at the front of there it's going to ask you to take it there. The first thing you're going to need to do is to follow some of the steps it's going to give you in yellow. The first thing is to enable Einstein setup if you haven't already done it. Then when you go back and you refresh it, what's nice, it's going to give you the next step. So the next thing it's going to tell me to do is it's going to say, okay, now you need to enable the Agentforce platform. So again, you just click review settings. It takes you to the right place. I'm in a business process org, a business partner org, sorry. So I've not set up any of these things, and you'll see at the end I hit some limits due to the fact that I don't have Data Cloud in this environment. Even though it's telling me here, hey, if you enable this, it's going to consume those credits, I enable it nonetheless. First thing it wants me to do is to give myself the permission to have access to Agentforce for setup. So I'm going to create a permission set for that, and all that permission set is going to have is the system permission of use setup with Agentforce. I just find it, click the checkbox there. The next step is to assign it to yourself. There are at least 2 additional permission sets that you need to assign, which is the prompt template user standard permission set and the Data Cloud user standard permission set. Now, in this org, I did not have the Data Cloud standard user or Data Cloud user standard permission set, and you'll see that that does give me some limits in a minute. Once I've done that and I go back to home, you'll see that the home of the setup now looks a little different. I've got a chat bot that you can look at, and I'm going to ask it, hey, what are you able to do? And it's quickly going to summarize some ideas about what it's capable of doing. I do want you to know, for the sake of this video, I've cut a lot of the thinking time down, so don't expect lightning responses as fast as you're going to see them, and I've also sped up the speed at which I've typed some of the questions. So what I've asked it to do is to help me create a custom object to track dogs. And one thing that it did is that the dog name, it created a custom text field, and I've said, hey, let's just use the standard object name field for that, and it's adjusting the data model. And what I love is that it's letting me see the data model that it's wanting to create before I confirm that we create it. So I say, hey, give me a pick list of dog breeds, just choose 20 of the most popular breeds, and also include other and mixed breed as option. And it did that, it created its own model. And then I said, okay, additionally to that, let's make sure that the weight, birthday, and name are required fields. And let's make sure that we also add a dog owner lookup and some dog breed details that we can use for a validation rule. And lo and behold, when I confirm, you can see that it did create it. Pretty slick, right? It confirmed all the things I wanted. It's even adding descriptions, which I really love. Not just to the object detail, but to all the fields, the help text, right? It's doing all the things that a good architect, a good consultant, a good admin should be doing. But we are going to give it a little bit of trouble in just a second. So what I'm going to ask it now to do is to create a validation rule that if somebody chooses the dog breed of other breed or mixed breed, that they need to provide the dog breed details field. And what's interesting is it's thinking that it created it. So it told me, hey, I got it done. Here's what I did. And it did a good job of creating the validation rule, but it doesn't show up. No matter what I do, it doesn't show up. And I say, hey, I'm not seeing it. Are you sure? And then it says, okay, it seems I can't, so maybe you can manually create it. So I say, hey, try one more time. And then it says, okay, I did it successfully. And lo and behold, no matter what, it actually doesn't show up. So I'm not sure if that's me missing a permission or if that's still something that is in the kink of the system. But lo and behold, while it had clear idea of how to create a validation rule, it didn't actually create it. So then I say, hey, let's create a daily scheduled flow. If today is the birthday of the dog, we're going to send the contact an email. I want you to come up with a birthday message. And it's funny, it says, I can't do that without the email subject. And then it quickly realizes and rethinks, actually, no, I can just come up with the subject myself. But then it tells me, hey, I can't actually create the flow. So I say, why can't you create the flow? And it says, I'm not 100% sure. It seems I don't have the capability. Then I say, okay, well, let's try record triggered flow. So if a new dog is created, that we send an email to the contact, and it basically tells me, it seems that I'm not able to do that. It seems that it's related to some Data Cloud features. It tells me, here's a permission that you might be missing. And sadly, in my system, I can't even locate that permission. When I ask it to help me see, it gets a little bit confused, and instead of telling me permissions that it has, it gives me like a list of users. And unfortunately, I can't tell, like I said, I can't tell if this is strictly me not having Data Cloud access in this partner environment that I'm testing this in the Maverick partner environment. But ultimately, Some of the things that I'm seeing it do on day 1 or day 2 of it being in beta and generally available is pretty cool. A large part of what we do as consultants and admins is creating objects. So I think it's amazing that it's able to do this within the system without extra cost. So ultimately, Data Cloud seems to be holding this org's use of the system back a little bit, but I think it's pretty cool what it's able to do, and I can't wait to see what it's able to do in the future.